Welcome to the Totally Honest Cooking Show. I'm Mark. Today we are doing blackened salmon steaks. And we're doing them in an air fryer because why the bleep not? Blackening was developed by Chef Paul Prudhomme sometime in the 1970s or 80s. He catapulted to chef stardom in Creole cooking, Louisiana style cooking, something like that. I googled blackening. You get this mixture of herbs that can be various. In his official quote-unquote spice, it's salt, spices, paprika, garlic, onion. The spices are usually like oregano and stuff like that. Anyway, you dip the salmon in melted butter, you put the spices on it, and then you throw it on a cast iron. But that's not what we're doing. I got this big giant air fryer, which we will use momentarily. We're going to melt our butter. I'm going to throw a stick of butter in here. My thought is I'll reuse the butter on the asparagus once I get the asparagus going. I'm going to save this one for the garnish, and this one will go for the asparagus. This is what they call a family size air fryer, okay? Now, you may well ask, Mark, what the hell is an air fryer? And I'm going to tell you, okay? An air fryer is basically a slimmed down, smaller version of the convection oven. Basically, the whole purpose is you put it in, and it uses dry air to cook. You can actually dry roast coffee beans in one of these if you wanted to. The dry environment that it creates with the heat crisps stuff up really well. And it's really good for caramelizing the sugars in stuff and crap like that. So that's number one. Now, I thought to myself, can someone with very limited knowledge do something somewhat fun with it right out of the box? I like blackened fish, but I've never blackened anything, right? That's something I order when I go to restaurants, right? And I think that a lot of Americans have that problem when it comes to our friend the fish, right? Some people get nervous about seafood because they think it's fancy and it's not. But most fish, actually, it's very simple cooking techniques, right? Because you're just dumping it in butter and seasoning it. So we're going to start by preheating. How do I turn it on? Okay. We're going to preheat to 390. I'm going to level with y'all. I looked at one recipe for this, and I looked at the Wikipedia entry for blackening. The recipe called for spraying nonstick spray on the metal grate and throwing it in there. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to dip it in butter. Like Wikipedia says, the technique is you dip the fish in butter, you season it with the blackening powder, then you put it on cast iron. This isn't cast iron, but we'll make it work. And then I'm going to stick the probe in, and we're going to set it to, if we can set it, I don't know. Again, I didn't read the manual. I just opened the box, put it out, and now we're making salmon. Because that's what this show is about, damn it. Anyway. I'm going to get the sides started, and then we're going to do the fish, because I don't think the fish will take as long as the sides. For the asparagus, I'm going simple to try to complement the seafood, right? So I'm just going to crush up some garlic, and I'm going to use a little salt and a little bit of lemon juice, and we're going to saute it in butter. Well, we're going to saute it in olive oil, and then we're going to coat it in butter afterwards because we're very healthy people here. Do I have to hit start? Let's hit start. Okay. Yeah. It starts when you hit start, guys. I love it when I just totally honest cooking show the whole bit. Okay. I'm crushing the garlic that I'm going to throw in a garlic crusher. Sometimes I forget to host the show. I don't know why. One of the things about this show, though, is that I try to show that anybody can make pretty much anything by following the directions. And you don't really need to know what you're doing. A lot of people don't cook because they're afraid of screwing it up. And I'm here to tell you, you don't got to be afraid. Put these in. I cut the faces off. And now we're just going to arrange them. Make sure they get the oil all over them, right? Right. A couple pinches of salt, not too much salt. This seems like an aprons on kind of situation. Okay, I started the asparagus on medium. I moved it down to medium low because I'm waiting for this to come up. I think it's done preheating, I'm not sure. So I'm gonna grab my tongs. I'm gonna grab my butter. I'm gonna make sure that I get my fish all buttery. Season the top. Rub it in a little bit. Pull this part of the way out. Season the other side. Stick that back in there. I need better oven gloves. Do the other fish. This one looks a little better, to be honest with you. Grab a different glove. We'll try the Mickey glove. That's a little better. Okay. Okay, now we're seasoning the other side just like we did the first side. Then I'm going to stick my probe in. Try not to burn yourself doing this. Yeah, we'll do it that way. Okay. And it's in. We're going for 145 degrees. These are coming along. They're starting to get some color. I'm going to go ahead and throw my garlic in. Then we're going to drizzle in a little bit of this butter with this. Let's just pour it all in. Now, most of the recipes for this say like 8 to 12 minutes is the sweet spot for seafood. I don't know if I believe that, but we'll see. Juice a half a lemon. I'm going to bring this back up to medium. And I'm just going to let it simmer in all this butter and juice. Okay, so this is neat. The garlic reacted with the lemon and turned this kind of bluish green color. Perfectly safe to eat. If it happens to you, it's fine. It's normal. Doesn't happen to me so often. So maybe I'm just not combining garlic and lemon enough. But I thought I'd share that with you. Okay, these are starting to look pretty. I noticed partway through that it has a sear setting, so I turned that on too. We're at 109 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it. I don't know if you need to flip it, but I'm doing a grill. I'm using the grill plate, so I figure, why not flip it? Ooh, it's got a little light. Sorry, I really did just open the box and start using it. Ooh, it really is blackened. It's showing up crispy. The grill plate is doing its job. Obviously, if you don't have an air fryer is, like I said, just a convection oven. You can make this too. It's not a big deal. So we're giving the other side a little love. It's almost done, according to the temperature probe. Of course, the fat ends are going to be better than the thin ends. Okay, so one was almost done, the other was not. Oh, that's right, we're doing a show. Okay, so one of the downsides to a convection oven, and one of the reasons that you might ask, well, why aren't all of them convection? Apparently, they're not great for even cooking. So, we'll see. I don't know. I'll have Jerkins let you know in the overlay how it turned out. I am thinking about posting an eats video afterwards where I rate what I've made, but I don't know. We'll see. So far, I have not made anything bad on this show. Everything I've made on this show I would make again, and some of the things I've made several times. So that's good. Okay, I'll be back in like 2 minutes. I'm just letting it get some color on the other side. Asparagus is done. It might even be overdone, but that's okay. I just like asparagus, man. I just like who cares? Okay, bye. Okay, we gave it an extra minute or so. I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna take this one. I think it was the better looking one. And I'm gonna stick that right there. Skin's nice and crispy. Seems kind of flaky. I'm gonna call this a success, especially for a guy who just opened. Oop, don't break the temperature probe, Mark. That would be bad. Especially for a guy who just opened the box and basically decided, I'm making blackened salmon with this thing. Okay, so that's really how easy cooking can be. You get a new gadget out of the box, you throw the thing on there. Now, would it have been as easy with the cast iron pan? Probably. I mean, this is honestly probably as much work. So remember, anyone can cook, especially you. Now, like, subscribe, click the little bell. I made this blackened salmon with asparagus. You can too. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.